Hey guys, what's going on? Back with another zombies video, and for this one, it's something similar I did a couple years ago, maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, where I did a Riese, the original multiplayer map that they used for Riese to make Riese. They changed obviously a lot of things. People really liked that. It got a lot of views, and again, it was something that it was one of the first videos actually. Funny enough that I ever made, and the quality wasn't good. The recording device wasn't good and the commentary probably wasn't good. So I just want to kind of do that again, but with this one, it's one that I kind of stumbled across. I'm sure this one's a little bit more well known than the Riese one was. The Riese map was called Nightfire. I'll link that if you want to check it out. But anyways, that did pretty well, and again, it was like 3 years ago. I was kind of really first getting involved into the zombie story and the backstory and stuff like that. So for this one, as you can tell, it's the map that Rise is used from, and you can kind of tell right away. You have the buildings on the side of you, and kind of the same thing as in Rise that you can't really see the bottom. It's kind of like the buildings are almost floating, but it's just fog, and it's kind of just really high buildings. A lot of people might, even including myself, and that's kind of the reason I'm doing this. A lot of people might be misinformed that it was maybe based on the Black Ops 2 map called Skyrise, I think it was, or High Rise. Actually, Skyrise was another map, but I think a lot of people, including myself, may have been misinformed. That's kind of the things that I'm trying to correct about the zombies community. Also, is a lot of zombie YouTubers used to make just quick videos with wrong information, clickbait, false news type stuff. Because a lot of them said, oh, it's because the name is Rise, it's based on the multiplayer map called High Rise, I think it was. But that 100% is fake and bogus. That it's actually based off of this map called Kowloon, which is also a campaign map. Obviously, back then, a lot of the multiplayers were based off the campaign map. And even in this map is the map that you get the Thunder Gun in the campaign. There's a little side Easter egg that you can get the campaign, in campaign, that you can get the Thunder Gun, or the Thunder Weapon, I think it's called. It's not the Wave Gun, it's the Thunder Gun. So again, this is what Rise is based off of, not High Rise or Sky Rise. That is like huge, big misinformation. I mean, it might be obvious to some people now. So I just want to give it a walk around. And this is also based in China, kind of like Rise is based in China, the Great Leap Forward and stuff like that. A lot of stuff they changed, and if I jump down there, I'm gonna die. But I probably maybe should have done it with campaign also, because you can move around. But in campaign, obviously there's guys shooting at you. I'd probably die every like three seconds or 3 minutes, whatever like that. So as you can see, again, it's just buildings, and you can kind of go up top. You can see a lot of the Chinese stuff, a lot of the Chinese writing on the wall, similar to Rise. Again, the recording device isn't as great, but that's a really huge mess. The recording device isn't as great, so it might still be a little bit choppy, but it still might be better than the one that I did with, Riese a couple of years ago, like I said. So kind of like that, you're on top of the building. You can kind of see over on top of the other stuff. There is like a Chinese billboard type thing somewhere. Obviously, the dragon's not here, and it's different in the Broken World. Oh, and the other reason I want to do this too is because, speaking about fake news and misinformation and stuff like that, a lot of people said that Rise was originally supposed to have like a village or a second part to it, and you can go on the buildings if you want. But there's nothing I don't believe there's anything in Black Ops 1 or Black Ops 2 that might have like a village. So that was probably just, again, clickbait, people trying to get views and stuff like that. But this is what it's based off of, and this campaign and multiplayer map doesn't have any village or a village area. You can't go down and walk. I think in this one you're just jumping from building to building. I think you're running after somebody, to be honest, if I remember correctly. So again, oh, there goes the billboard. I think what I was looking for. That reminded me of like maybe what the dragon would be on, but kind of not. And then people also said maybe like recently in Cold War, Mauer is based off of this, but Mauer is based off of something else, which is pretty obvious. That one you should probably know what that's based off of. And again, it's kind of loosely based off the campaign in Cold War and stuff like that. Again, that looks pretty cool. There's no tower, I know, in Die Rise. There is the tower that you get a light for the Tower of Babel, but for the Easter egg step and stuff like that. So, I mean, they probably. I wonder if, and another reason I'm doing this too is if they do make another Die Rise or Zombies Chronicles and stuff like that, like what, how it could be reimagined, if it would be more like this. But that's the thing too, this is very similar to Mauer in Berlin, so I can see that they probably wouldn't do something similar like this again, because this is very similar to what we recently got. And that's the other thing too, as far as moving from building to building, a lot of this was removed, so it was possible. I know people don't like to trample steam and stuff like that. And Black Ops 2 at the time got a bad reputation because it was actually really difficult. You have to build all the equipment and stuff like that. You have to build the trample steam to go from like building to building and stuff like that. So this is pretty cool, the idea. Like, I wonder, like, I think they pretty much, I mean, I should probably go inside more of the buildings so you can kind of see. I know there's buildings you can go inside of and stuff like that. But what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of just turn off the mic, walk around a little bit. I think you pretty much get the idea. And then the second part of this, I'm going to attach some gameplay with kill streak so you can see what it looks like from the sky. Because in the game you can get chopper gunners, you can get a helo, a fighter jet and stuff like that. So I'm actually going to turn off the mic, walk around for a little bit, and then it'll probably end there. If you have any questions, let me know, but I'm just going to, again, turn off, because I have the windows open and you can kind of tell it's a little bit noisy, and I kind of do these, you know, really quick just so people can kind of see stuff. I don't put too much bells and whistles on these. It's pretty much just quick and clear cut. Maybe that's what people thought, and that would be kind of a good idea, actually. Now that I think about it, I think this will be the last thing I'm going to talk about, is what if you spawn over there and then you have to come over here, and over here is actually like where you know, the map would be. That would be not a bad idea. So maybe that's where people got the idea of having a village. Maybe they thought that you would spawn, or maybe maybe there was supposed to be a village down over there, because people said, and I don't know any of it to be true, I think that's just water. All that area is water, and then maybe they said that you spawn on the village, or they could do a two-part series. Would be kind of cool, and that's why I like doing this, maybe to give Treyarch some ideas. Like, maybe be cool if like we did this island map first in China, and then you see like Die Rise in the distance, and then it like continues to Die Rise. That would be kind of cool if you don't want to give everybody everything all at once. Or maybe just make it an Easter egg, like maybe the map is on Die Rise. I mean, the map is on the island, and then you see Die Rise in the distance, kind of like a little Easter egg. Or maybe make it like a two-part, where you do the island part first, and then they jump on a boat and come this way. I think that's pretty much water that's there. And I'm just trying to figure out stuff out too, like, and that's the thing about Black Ops 2. There's so much that got changed from what originally was planned that a lot of people just spend time trying to figure out piece together what really was supposed to happen. This part definitely looks like Die Rise for sure. And it'd be cool if they gave it like a little bit of backstory, more of like what these chemicals are, if that's like Novus fixed gas and stuff like that, or some type of gas. This is pretty cool that I noticed. I mean, that's definitely a monkey, I think. Some type of monkey. And that looks almost like an alien of some sort. I don't think that's a normal human, is it? Unless I'm super not aware of the human body. Again, I'll go upstairs, and this you can tell just looks a lot like Die Rise, a lot of the way that it was made inside. That looks pretty cool too. I don't know what all that says. But again, this is stuff that I tell people just to kind of clarify and kind of debunk. And I hate trying to do that, but because when I see stuff, I'm like, wait, that was, the way that people said it back then, or clickbait and stuff like that back then. It makes me upset that like so many people believe stuff that isn't true. They go, that's pretty funny. They go, some monkeys. What are they feeding them? I have no idea. Oh, bread maybe? Does that look like bread? Some type of bread. Oh, so maybe that's why the monkeys down below look a little bit different. Again, this is all cool stuff that like this is actually a lot. The verticality in Die Rise was a lot more than this, but actually no, that's not true, because if you play the campaign, you jump down to all these different spots and stuff like that. So again, this is so cool to see like how stuff changes. Obviously the skybox is a lot different than this stuff, but how cool would it be if you, in the new Die Rise, if you get to go all over the place, it's a bigger map, maybe you spawn on the island like I said, that'd be kind of cool. So maybe that, again, that's maybe where people got that false information, or start spreading rumors that there was supposed to be like some sort of village that then you come up to Die Rise. But Die Rise is literally just floating in space, upside down and right side up and all that stuff. That's pretty cool. Again, I mean, that pretty much explains it. Again, this is from Black Ops 1. So a lot of the Black Ops 2 maps are already made in Black Ops 1. I guess that's Kino, because in the Nintendo GameCube, I think it was, version of Kino, it talks about the Great Leap Forward and stuff like that. So a lot of this stuff was already thought up and created well before Black Ops 2. And again, I'm going to end it here, and then I'm going to just show you some kill streak stuff. Alright, I'll see you guys there.
Hind, ready for deployment. Eyes on the way.
Claymore.